Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. It is now time for us to review Halloween 2, so let's get started. After the enormous success of the first movie, a sequel had been greenlit. John Carpenter, who directed the first film, refused to direct the sequel, so instead we have Rick Rosenthal. Although Carpenter did return to do the music, and he also co-scripted the film with Deborah Hill, like in the first movie. Halloween 2 is kind of a mixed bag of a movie. There's things I really like about it, such as the musical score, once again done by Carpenter, which is outstanding as usual, and I like the fact that it takes place on the same night as the first movie. However, there are some things that I really don't like about it, which we'll get into. As the movie begins, we get a recap of the ending to the first movie, where Loomis shoots Michael and he falls off the roof. An interesting thing to note about the whole Loomis shooting thing is that throughout the movie, Loomis is constantly saying, "I shot him 6 times! I shot him 6 times! I shot him 6 times!" Seriously, he says it like 10 times in the fucking movie. But with this recap, though, you can clearly hear the fact that Loomis fires 7 shots. Which is odd, because he clearly yells, "I shot him 6 times. I guess he doesn't know how to count. Anyways, he shoots Michael, who, despite falling off the back balcony in the Doyle's house in the first movie, now is seen falling off the front balcony of the Doyle's house. Butchered continuity! Already this movie is off to a great start. So Loomis goes to investigate Michael's body, which is now gone, and finally a neighbor comes outside to see what's going on. Oh, so now you come outside to find out what's going on. Where was this asshole at the end of the first movie when Laurie was running around outside screaming, "Help! Help! Somebody help me!" Anyways, Laurie gets taken out on a stretcher to the hospital, and Loomis continues his search for Michael, which leads to easily the funniest and best scene in the entire movie, where Loomis thinks he sees Michael Myers, and the guy flees and then gets hit by a cop driving car, which then crashes and fucking explodes.
He came out of nowhere. I couldn't stop.
What do you mean he came out of nowhere and you couldn't stop? Regardless of that, what if he wasn't there? Did you still plan on flooring it into that van in the first place? Alright, so Laurie gets taken to the hospital where Michael soon follows and begins his killing spree. Okay, now this is my main problem with the film. The whole entire hospital setting, per se. This hospital, which has tons of rooms, and it even has like different wings and stuff, it's got an emergency room, it is way too understaffed. You know what I mean? This hospital has 4 nurses, 2 EMTs, a doctor, and a security guard. 8 fucking people manage an entire fucking hospital? Why is it so understaffed? It doesn't make any sense. Now, I understand that it's the night shift and all, but a hospital of that size should have way more than 8 people working it. What if they get flooded with patients and stuff? It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we only have 8 fucking people." Really? 8 fucking people in this entire hospital? But then again, there are practically no patients at this hospital, with the exception of Laurie, some kid who ate candy with razor blades in it, and some newborn babies, which nobody ever seems to take care of. The hospital should feel like a safe place where Michael can't easily sneak around like he did in the first movie, because he's got the neighborhoods, he can hide behind trees and stuff. The hospital should feel like a safe place, you know what I mean? It really hurts my suspension of disbelief when I see Michael going around an empty hospital, like stalking Laurie and killing everybody off. So Laurie is at the hospital now, and while there, she gets hit on by some EMT named Jimmy, and then the killings begin. Unlike in the first film, which had little to no blood when you think about it, this film really amps up the gore factor. Some of the deaths include Michael smacking some dude with a hammer, slit throats, and needles in the eyes. Probably the most violent death involves a scene with this EMT and nurse. You see, after this douchebag named Bud had attempted to playfully rape this nurse named Karen, he was later able to charm her into some hot tub sex.
You fucking whore.
Then Michael shows up, takes Bud, chokes the life right out of him, like, oh, dead. Then Karen was like, Bud, why don't we go somewhere, Bud? Oh man, Bud, you're so great and stuff. And she does like, "Oh my God, it's Michael Myers!" Takes her head, "Oh God, not the boiling water!" And her face just melts right fucking off. Although that is the most violent death in the movie, my personal favorite death scene was when Michael stabs Nurse Jill and proceeds to lift her up off the ground with the blade stuck in her. It's pretty cool to see. Now, because this is a sequel, they had to add some new twists to it to make it more interesting, so therefore we get this scene.
That girl, that Strode girl, that's Michael Myers' sister.
It's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
No! No!
It's an interesting revelation that actually adds to the movie and showcases why Michael Myers is so intense on killing Laurie Strode. I mean, at the same time, though, even though I kind of like it, I don't like it, too, because it sort of demystifies the first movie. Michael Myers was a lot scarier in the first film when he seemingly has no motive for killing Laurie Strode. Why does he do the things he does? I don't know, but that mystery and suspense makes him scarier. The less you know about him, I think, makes him more eerier. But still, I'm okay with the whole brother-sister thing, especially the way it plays out throughout the rest of the series. Anyways, I think I rambled on enough, so let's skip to the end. Laurie is chased by Michael throughout the hospital until Loomis shows up. One part I have to comment on is where Michael just walks right through a glass door. And no, he doesn't just smash through it with his fist or something. Michael Myers just straight up just walks right through a glass door like it was fucking nothing. How strong is this guy? Was he given steroids at Smith's Grove? Was he given a super soldier serum that just gives him enhanced strength? So Michael continues chasing Laurie and Loomis. Laurie shoots his eyes, Loomis gets stabbed, Loomis then turns on some gas, then causes an explosion which seemingly kills him and Michael. Afterwards we see Michael, who is now on fire, succumb to his injuries and eventually dies. Then Laurie is taken away in an ambulance, hopefully to a hospital that has actual staff this time, and that's pretty much it. Although I should point out that in the TV cut of the film, Laurie isn't alone in the ambulance, and she's in fact with Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy at one point in the movie is kind of like really incompetent. He slips, falls on his head in a car with Laurie, then hits his head and is knocked out. Okay. So that was Halloween 2, which, like I said earlier, is a mixed bag of a movie. It's not as good as the first film, and there are some logic issues. But still, out of all the sequels, this is the one that feels the most necessary because of the first movie's cliffhanger ending. Is it a good movie? No, not really. But is it a bad film? No, it's more of a middle-of-the-road slasher film, so take it for what it's worth. Well, that's going to wrap up this review. Stay tuned next time as we tackle Halloween 3, and we continue on with these reviews throughout the month of October. It's October 31st? You mean I missed my deadline to review all these movies throughout the month of October? Well, that sucks. Jesus, what was I doing? Oh yeah, that's right, I was fucking sick. But shit. October is over with, people. I missed it. This sucks. I guess that means because these are Halloween movies, it makes no sense to review them after Halloween, so I guess I'll have to wait until next year to review them. Oh, that sucks. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna continue. We're gonna go throughout October. I'm gonna keep reviewing the movies through October. You know why? Because outside of Thanksgiving, there is nothing to look forward to in October. So, stay tuned, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the reviews because Halloween is extending beyond the 31st. That's right. We're continuing throughout November. We're gonna finish these reviews, and then we move into Christmas. So, take care now. Bye-bye then. Happy Halloween. Go out, get some candy, watch some horror movies, and have a great night, everybody. Take care now. Bye-bye then.